Hello, my name is Peter Hiller, and I am here on behalf of the Joe Mora Trust and artist Joseph Jacinto Mora. We are flattered to be involved with the digital gallery and to be able to present Joe's map, or cart as he called them, of Yosemite National Park. Joe was a multi-talented artist and author born in 1876 in Uruguay, where he spent about the first 3 years of his life before moving to Spain shortly and then to the United States, particularly initially the East Coast of the United States. It's a wonderful immigrant story, as Joe's father, Domingo, was Catalan, his mother, Laura, was French, and his father happened to be a classical sculptor. His older brother, Luis, was a classical painter, so art ran deep in the Mora family. As Joe grew up on the East Coast of the United States and went through normal elementary school classes, map making was one of the subjects in the geography curriculum. That's would have been a typical occurrence in the late 1800s. That didn't set Joe apart from anybody else and his other classmates, but it would leave a lasting impression on him and his future life. As a very young child, Joe drew and wrote. He would illustrate stories he would write, and this led to his first professional job as an illustrator, which contributed certainly to his abilities to create pictorial maps. Joe's interest in the Western United States developed as a young child and based primarily on his father's interest in the gauchos of South America that he had explored while he was living in Uruguay. This led to Joe's interest in the Native American cultures of the Americas, and would lead around the early 1900s to have Joe travel to California in search of those stories. He spent some time in California before he then backtracked and spent almost 3 years in Arizona, living with the Hopi and the Navajo Native Americans and creating wonderful suites of artwork in honor of those cultures. He would then move back to California in 1907, where he would get married and consequently spend the rest of his life in California, and particularly on the Monterey Peninsula in the central part of the state. Depending on how one counts, he made up to 14 different maps, and the Yosemite was one of 3 that he did in honor of the national parks. The other 2 were the Grand Canyon and Yellowstone. What I love about the Yosemite map, and the reason we featured it here today, is for your viewing, is because it's many aspects of it and little vignettes are autobiographical in nature, and it adds a wonderful level of engagement to this particular image. And that's based on journals Joe kept when he was there in 1903 and 04. It's based on drawings he did while he was there and photographs that he took while he was there. So it's a wonderful example of primary source material contributing to this engaging visual and pictorial map.